Hey everyone. So if you saw my community post the other day, you saw that I made a post asking for a question and answer. I mentioned that I've kind of just got too much going on right now to get a video of progress of the bathroom up. I'm still about to start working in there this afternoon, but I mentioned in that post we just switched to 6-day weeks at work. That takes Saturday out of the equation for me to work on the bathroom, and or at least the majority of the Saturday. And it just doesn't leave me much time to work on it. We're working long days every day, and I'm getting home late. I'm doing what I can after work, but it's like nothing. It's very minuscule progress that's just not worth recording and trying to piece together into a video. I am still recording. I'm not saying I'm not recording, but I am still recording. It's just not generating enough that I can really post like weekly updates right now. I might still be able to. I'll see how much I get done tonight and in the morning tomorrow, but also tomorrow's the Super Bowl. So we'll see. We're just going to have to see. But I still wanted to get a video out this week, so I posted a question and answer. I've got 22 comments. Most of those are questions, so I'm going to go through real quick and answer some of these questions. I got a lot of repeat questions, so we'll see how much we get out of this. But let's go ahead and start looking through these and answering some questions. I'm excited to do this. I liked the last one. Grumpy Old Man, an OG viewer, says, pick a room and tell us what your plans are for that room. I'm thinking the next room you plan to work on, and or talk about your next 2 to 3 projects in order of importance. So this kind of will cover several. I got basically this question several times. What's next? So the next room that I plan to work on is the bedroom. I originally kind of thought about working on the spare room that I've been in as my next one, but honestly, I would like to make progress towards not sleeping in the living room anymore. And it kind of makes sense while I have everything in here. I've got my bed and all my clothes and everything in the living room. No good organized way to do it. But that's the way that it is right now. It kind of sets me up to go ahead and move directly into the bedroom. It borders the bathroom, so I've already got that wall all tore up and the closet demoed. I think it's going to make the most sense to just go directly over and redo the bedroom next. Plans for it, not nearly as involved as the bathroom. Obviously, we have no plumbing. That's huge. There's no plumbing fixtures to worry about. There's nothing like that. So that room is going to be, as of right now, my plan is to tear all the sheetrock down, pull out the carpet up, probably pull all the subfloor up. That way I can level out the floor, because the floor joists are very uneven throughout the house. So one way or another, I haven't figured that out. I haven't thought exactly how I'm going to do that, but my preliminary idea is to put a girder down each side of the house, maybe 2 feet off the wall, and dig through. This is part of the reason why I want to pull the subfloor out, is so it gives me room to work, would be to dig a couple of footers, and I'm thinking weld up some steel piers. I could do block piers, but I don't know, I'm kind of just interested in metalwork right now, and that's what an engineer that I talked to suggested, was steel piers, and I just kind of think that'd be a fun project on its own, fabricating some piers, and then pouring footers for them, and putting the piers in, and then adding a girder on each side to level all the floor joists out all the way down across that room. And then there would be all new subfloor, which it kind of needs anyway. The subfloor's got some soft spots in it, and potentially replacing some floor joists. I think all the floor joists in the bedroom are okay. There's several bad ones in the living room that I know of. Maybe replace some floor joists. We'd have to see about that. Replace all the rock stack piers. I should have mentioned that. I want to do a continuous 4x6 girder all the way down the center of the house to replace that 2x10 that's laying flat for some reason, and creating all the need for all the rock stack piers. So I want to replace the rock stack piers, put a solid 4x6 girder right down the center. I want to add some girders down each side, probably also 4x6s, just go a little bit overkill. It's probably more than it needs, but we'll just go ahead and do 3, 1 on each side, 1 down the center. Knock all the rock stacks over, get them out of here, level the floor joists out, new subfloor, new sheetrock, probably add a couple outlets because there's only like 2 in there right now, which is not really that good for a bedroom if you want to have like a TV and a spot to charge your phone. Different ceiling fan. The one that's in there is raggedy and falling down. Rebuild the closet. Door's already on in that room. I'll probably replace the door in the wall leading into the living room. May as well. I like the width, but it's some like homemade put together door that they put on there. It's janky. And then that'll make that room feel very new. The new crisp outlets, a fresh light switch, fresh lighting fixture, all new sheetrock and paint, and a new door, new flooring. I'll probably do, I imagine I'll do carpet again. So that's the plan for the next interior project. And the second part of that question was to talk about your next 2 to 3 projects in order of importance. That's another one that I kind of got several times of like what's next with the entire property. Like I've mentioned, I want to address the drainage really bad. I want to get that hill dug back. I want to correct the road. In order to do that, I'm going to have to rent some equipment. If I'm going to rent some equipment, I need to take the days off work also so that I'm not paying for rented equipment just sitting at the house while I'm working. So now that the bathroom is actually at the stage where I said I was going to walk away from it and address that, work just picked up to 6 days a week when I need to take days off, when I need to be taking days off. So now I'm kind of stalled. That's part of the reason why I did the temporary drainage correction, or not correction, temporary drainage diversion that I did to just kind of buy me some time. I think in the next month we'll get to a point where I can take what I'm wanting to do is rent the equipment for a week and maybe take like a Monday and Tuesday off, or a Friday and a Monday or something like that, where I can work, where I can work out, where I can rent. I want to rent a tracked skid loader for a week, and I want to have at least 4 days out of that week off to be here working the entire day. So I'm thinking 2 days off work and a weekend, or trying to work it out that way where I can have 4 full days to work on it. And like I've mentioned, I want to dig the hillside back pretty far to where it slopes away from the house and add in a lot of underground perforated pipe. I need to do perf pipe all over the place. I've got several videos coming up, but and then at the same time as I do that, I want to perfect my road going up into the field. It's too steep. It's perfectly fine when it's dry. If it gets a little bit of rain, I can't get up there in anything except the four-wheeler. So I need to make it mild enough that I can get up it even in wet conditions, or I need to make it not mild enough that I can put gravel on it without it washing away. And when I do that, I'm going to have to add drainage to it. I'm going to have to make it slope to one side so that I can add a perf pipe underground and divert the water underneath to the drain out by the driveway. I need to bury pipe all along the hillside, the top, middle, bottom. I need to do it down the side of the road, underneath the driveway, and out. Lots of drainage work that needs to get done. So that would give me 4 days continuous, and then I could work after work for the other 3 days. So that needs to happen. That's a very high level of importance. When it's going to happen, I don't know. List it all out. As of right now, it's continuing working on the bathroom. Currently, that is tiling the shower and finishing the sheetrock. After that, next thing that has to happen is going to be the drainage corrections, everything that I just mentioned. The next thing that I want to do after that, before I start the bedroom remodel, is I really want to build a storage building up in the field. So I mentioned, and this is going to answer another question because someone asked this already. I made another post a couple of weeks ago talking about someone near me that was selling parts of chicken houses, the trusses and the tin. I was just kind of curious to see what everyone thought about it. It was just like a no thought, like I saw it, just took a screenshot, posted it, just see what people thought about it. I didn't put any thought into it before. I've mentioned before that I want to get a building up there in that field. And I saw that, and it kind of looked like a good opportunity. It kind of was something that I didn't know anything about, so I was just going to see what everyone thought about it. Most people said they thought it was a good idea. Several people thought that it wasn't a good idea. Me, I never really thought I was going to do it in the first place. I was just kind of wanting to feel everybody out. I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't plan to do the chicken house thing. I think it's too soon. That's what a couple people said. It's just too soon. It is. I think it is. I don't think I'm ready to put a permanent structure up there. So what I want to do instead is build a portable, like, shed. You know how you can buy those prefabricated portable buildings? They can load them on a trailer. They can unload them, scoot them around with that machine. I could buy one. I just don't want to. I would prefer to build it myself because I don't want to deal with the hassle of getting it here. I don't want to pay the extra money the assembly stuff. I know it's hardly a cost difference from what I've seen. We worked up the cost. I think it's like a little bit cheaper to build it yourself if you already have the tools, which I do. But I also just want to build it myself. I like doing like simple framing builds and stuff like that. So, and plus I can make videos of it. And also, I don't have to deal with the hassle of getting it up there, because who knows what it would take to get a building up there in that field, because it is not an easy one to access. So I want to build my own portable building. And the good thing about this is that it's not permanent, the decision, because that was kind of the thing that was making me leery of doing the chicken house thing, is that it would be a permanent thing up there. I'd have to pour footers and put it there, and if it's too small, too bad. There's no change in it. So the good thing about this if I do this portable buildings, I can put that up there, and if it just doesn't work, I can just drag it out of the way. I don't have to worry about taking up a section of real estate, and then it's like a big deal to tear it back down and rebuild something else. And I could always sell that thing if I had to. You could hire a logistics company to come and load it up. It'd be a hassle, and I don't plan to sell it when I'm done with it, but I just want to have a building that I can kind of set up like a little bit of a workspace in, and just storage, and potentially get rid of that storage unit. There's a couple of people that commented, said that they hate the idea of having a storage unit because it's just money going to basically nothing. I agree. It was just I'm just not in a position right now where I've got all this stuff I need to put somewhere. And it's all stuff that I use. It's all my camping stuff and like overflow furniture that's going to be in the house eventually, but I don't want to put it in here yet because the house isn't remodeled, so I don't have anywhere to put it. So I rented the storage unit. That is a temporary thing. I'm not going to have it forever because I will eventually have my own storage on the property. I just, one step at a time. So I'd want to have my own building that I can store that stuff in, and a spot where I can set up somewhat of a workshop. A place to have like a compound miter saw and my welder and the plasma cutter and an air compressor, and just kind of have everything centralized inside, dry, the place where I can keep the backhoe and the excavator, inside. So I want to do that. I'm not sure on size yet. I'll have a video dedicated to it coming out eventually when we get closer to doing something like that. But that's the second thing after the drainage, after the bathroom and the drainage. And then after that would be bedroom remodel. So I guess that's the quick, that's 4 things: finishing the bathroom somewhat, the drainage. Drainage is going to take priority over the bathroom as soon as I have time to do it, and then it'll be finishing up the bathroom and building a store. And when the drainage gets done, my driveway will be extended and perfected up into the field, and then I'll build a building. And then once all that's done, I can begin the bedroom remodel. Let's take a look. I'm trying to not be too long-winded, but there's a lot of details and everything, and I try to be as detailed in my answers as I can, so I don't end up with a bunch of people even more confused after I do my question and answer that's supposed to answer everyone's questions. Joni Lore says, will you be using a standard shower door, or will it be something custom since you work with glass? Have you considered a shower head with a hose? Not sure if you told us how you solved your dryer vent problem. How is that going? People have already asked what you're planning on in your next indoor project and follow up on keeping water away from the house. I'm interested in those too. So I answered that last part just then. So the first thing, standard shower door, or will it be something custom? It will be something custom, and it is going to be glass. I am right now still thinking I'm going to use the Crescent series shower door from C.R. Lawrence, just because I love the look of that. I'm still planning on matte black hardware. Yeah, the shower head with the hose. Yes, I absolutely considered that. I just couldn't find one that I liked that was decent, that came with as a full kit. I looked for a while. I don't know. I just gave up. I gave up on it. I decided it wasn't worth the hassle of the extra plumbing and the extra cost and trying to find one that would integrate with the shower kit that I already had, and I just gave up. I love those things, but I just the dryer vent problem, I ended up just doing an indoor vent, like I've mentioned in the video a couple of months ago when I posted that. I only do laundry 1 time a week, so I'm not putting a significant amount of humidity into the air. I keep my dehumidifier running in there all the time. It's barely pulling any moisture out of the air, so I know that it's not bad. Like I mentioned, temporary solution. I think everyone is right, and when I remodel that room, which who knows when that'll be, I am going to relocate the dryer to the exterior wall. That way I can do a stub out directly outside, like next to the mini split, and have a dryer vent straight out the wall. That's what I'm going to do instead of my other solutions that I was coming up with. But that might be one of the last rooms that gets remodeled because that one's just kind of a low priority. But for now, the indoor dryer vent's working great. Suzanne Lee asked, "Did you ever make a decision? Did you ever make a decision on the chicken house sections for shop/garage?" Yeah, like I mentioned, it was just a feeler thing to see what everybody thought. As of right now, my decision is I don't think I'm going to do it. Sue Walker says, "Who are you rooting for on Sunday? And what is your favorite Super Bowl food/appetizer?" I'm going for the Eagles. That's the team that like the majority of my family has always been for. Regardless of them being in the Super Bowl, that's mainly my brother. My oldest brother has always really liked the Eagles, so the rest of my family's not super big into football, so we all just kind of followed his lead. The Chiefs, though, I got several really close friends that love the Chiefs, so I think it's going to be a win-win and also a lose-lose, however it goes. But I would prefer to see the Eagles win, just because my family is more Eagles-oriented than the Chiefs. My favorite Super Bowl food/appetizer? Trying to think of what all qualifies as Super Bowl food. I feel like everyone just eats like pizza and wings and like different types of dips. I'm really not a picky eater, so like anything good, I guess wings. I'm not a super big wings guy just because they're messy, but... What room are you planning to do next? Bathroom is looking great, thanks. Joe H? That's a username I see all the time. I feel like there's usually more to it than just joe.h, but room I'm planning to do next is the bedroom. That one will definitely be next priority. Dan Goodall-Williams says, "Is the outdoor mitigation happening soon?" Soon as it can. I'm as eager as you guys are to get that done, but I do think that the sandbags and moat have the house in a position where it wouldn't flood again if that happened. So I'm not as concerned as I was, but it definitely needs to happen because the house is just going to continue sliding and sinking until I can do something about it. G. Faith Owens says, "How is your grandpa doing? Do you see your family often? I know with work and everything at the house, it's hard to find the time." So I've still got both my grandpas, and they're both doing great. My mom's dad is doing extremely good. I've never seen someone in their 80s that still gets around as good as he does. Very impressive. He is a testament to and eating clean and staying active being the key to longevity. Because he still works, and he's always just eating home-cooked food, and never drank or smoked. And he, like I mentioned, he's the healthiest guy in his 80s I've ever seen. And my other grandpa, my dad's dad, he's doing great too. He doesn't eat nearly as healthy, but he also doesn't smoke or drink, so he's doing pretty good, and he definitely stays active. He still mows his own yard. He's about the same age. They're in the same age range, and he still, takes care of his own yard, fixes everything on his own house. He's the one that built his own house. It kind of inspired me to start living that lifestyle, never borrowing money and doing things yourself. B. Thompson, another OG. Most of these people are OGs, honestly. I've been seeing a lot of these names for months. But B. Thompson says, "Do you contemplate a Patreon account? They are not perfect, but I have a couple and like the idea of sometimes raising the amount to help with various projects." It's funny timing that you ask this right now, because I actually just this week started thinking I really need to figure out a way to do some type of subscription, like member-based content of some sort, because that extra funding could really help me reinvest that into the videos, make my videos a lot more entertaining, get stuff out more often. This is a very new idea that I just started looking into, and I'm trying to think of what I could do that would be worth it, because I don't want to just do like basically a donation account. Like, it would have to be worth everyone's while to be subscribed to it. But yeah, I really would. If you guys have ideas for what I could do on a Patreon account, or YouTube has like a membership, so you can be like a membership subscribed person. There's a name for it, and I can't think of it right now. But yeah, if you guys have ideas for what you'd like to see from an exclusive account like Patreon or the YouTube membership thing, let me know. Right now, what I'm thinking is maybe I could do one where do a different account where I go live kind of regularly and just have like discussions with people to bounce ideas back and forth in real time, or do one where I've got more behind the scenes footage where I do more like vlog style stuff while I'm going to pick up material and like trying to plan out stuff, or just record the stuff that I don't usually record. You know, it would have to be a more personal experience to be worth it to everybody. But yes, I do contemplate it. I do think that it could be a very big help. So I could I think it could some additional revenue could definitely keep me moving on a lot of this stuff. Brian Parton, 1830 says, "Looks good. Tell us where you see yourself in 5 or 10 years." And there's a reply to that. I bet it's B. Thompson. It is. B. Thompson says, "Oh no, the dread interview question." I'm bad about not looking that far ahead into the future. I kind of focus on the now. In 5 years, I see myself with this place paid off for sure. I've set myself a definite 5 year goal to have this property paid off. I really would like to have it paid off in more like 2.5 or 3 years. But at the bare minimum, at the rate that I'm going, I'm gonna have this place paid for in less than 5 years. So that's my big 5 year goal, is to have this paid for piece of real estate. It'll be slightly before I'm 30. Besides that, I don't anticipate being married or having kids or anything by then. It's just low priority to me. I'm not saying it's not going to happen or that I'm like avoiding it or anything, but I'm not like actively working towards that at all. This place will be fully remodeled and paid for by then, and there's a very good chance that I'm gonna say that I'll definitely have a permanent building in the up in the field of some sort, and potentially a second living building, like another house in the field in 5 years. The question was, where do I see myself in 5 years, and that was more of like, where do I see the property in 5 years? I don't know. I don't anticipate changing jobs. I don't really know how to think, what to think besides that, besides like the property, because that's just kind of like my main focus. I'm tunnel visioned on getting this place paid for and improved. So I guess that's the best answer that I have to that in 5 years. In 10 years, I have no idea. I don't even want to try to take a guess at where I'll be in 10 years. Once you're done with the bathroom, what's next? From Joshua Lee. Like we mentioned earlier, bathroom, drainage, bedroom, extra building. Lori Hayes says, I am losing track of time. Will there be any kind of window in the bathroom? No. I talked about it. I talked about skylight a long time ago. You probably have to be like a OG viewer to remember that. Decided not to do that because it's too much hassle. And then I talked about a window here or there. It's too much hassle. I don't know. And also, I'm just not crazy about windows in bathrooms. I'm in bathrooms all the time with work, with showers and mirrors and stuff, and it just always seems weird to me. And I don't like obscure glass. I don't like obscure glass. I don't like any type of obscure glass. I've seen basically every type of obscure glass. I think it's all ugly. I think it all looks dirty and nasty, and it's hard to maintain. And having a clear window in a bathroom is really weird. So, and I've got house at my bathroom. Both bathroom walls have a house like right outside. Not right outside, but like they could look out the window and see in it. So, no, I just decided against it. It's extra work to frame it up. I'd have to figure out the siding problems on the outside. I'd have to fit that'd just be another problem that would be pushed down the road that had to be addressed at some point when I like redid the siding on the exterior, and it would just be all weird forever. And I don't even like windows in bathrooms anyway. So I know that people love them. I love for pictures it's great because you got that natural light coming in. You can do like a lighter bathroom. My bathroom is going to be a more dark toned. I'm doing the darker. I've got the floor is pretty light, but the wall tile around the shower is going to be dark. The walls are going to be dark. Trim's going to be dark. The vanity's black. The hardware's black. Like it's going to be dark. I'm going to put a dimmable light fixture in there. I prefer the darker, and a lot of people surprisingly actually understood. It's just, I don't know. I like that style a lot better than a really bright, well lit bathroom. And like someone mentioned in there, I'm not like doing makeup or anything in there. Where the darker kind of just makes more sense for me. And it actually looks like that's all the questions that we had on this one. So not too long or too involved. Wanted to just get a video made to get something out there. I'm going to get to working on the bathroom. I plan on getting this video posted either tonight or in the morning. Hope you guys are satisfied with those answers. I hope you guys have a great Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow. I will be watching the game one way or another, so we'll see how that goes. And as always, thank you guys for the support, and thanks for watching.